The modules included were foreign trade, European Union, company law, commercial distribution, commercial management, marketing 2, commercial distribution, health economics, and management of social and health services. Statistics 2, management of exporting bodies and export businesses, economic and business history. Mathematics 1, introduction to statistics and introduction to marketing. About the research instruments, the students answered a self-administered questionnaire that included two main groups of information. One regarding the development of 8 transferable skills, another regarding the effort that the students had devoted to the examined module. The improvement of abilities was measured with a 7-point Likert scale, where 1 meant strongly disagree and 7 strongly agree with the statement. The variables examined in group 1 were students' development of abilities, and the improvement of abilities was measured with a 7-point Likert scale, where 1 meant strongly disagree and 7 strongly agree with the statement. To perform the homogeneity test, scale values were recorded as follows. Values from 1 to 3, which imply different levels of disagreement, as 1, equivalent to no. Values from 5 to 7, different levels of agreement, as 2, equivalent to yes. Finally, the middle of the scale, 4, is a neutral value and has been recorded as missing value. With respect to the effort devoted to the module, the students had to indicate the number of hours per week, apart from contact hours spent on studying within a range from 1 to 5 hours or over. The values of the variable were recorded as follows. Value 1 and 2 consider low values, that is, few hours of independent study, as 1, few, whereas values from 3 to over 5 consider high values, that is, many hours of independent studies, as 2, many. After recoding the variables corresponding to the abilities, we did not take into consideration the counts with value 4, neutral, whose frequency ranges from 50 counts at the lowest end, active participation in the classroom, to 84 counts at the highest end, ability for writing communication. Being 164, the total number of counts for each variable. For all the abilities analyzed, the vast majority of students believe that taking the module was improved their abilities. With 89%, the ability to learn independently is the most mentioned skill. That is, most students feel that the module has improved this ability, while 11% of them think that the module has not improved it at all. On the other hand, the ability for oral communication, with 64.5%, has contributed to the least to improving the transferable skills of the students. Concerning the hours of independent study per week, the network members decided that 1 or 2 hours a week are few, 3 or more are enough, many. In this case, we did not have to recode any count as missing. Thus, the analysis shows that the number of students stating that they spend few hours on studying per week is similar to that of students stating that they spend many hours on it. The results of the homogeneity test performed for each transferable skill show that in all cases are consistent with the independence hypothesis, chi-square value greater than 0.05. And therefore, we can say that the sex of the students is not associated with the improvement perceived by the students of any of the transferable skills examined here. The results of the homogeneity test of a student's effort were measured in number of hours of independent learning per week. Data are not consistent with the independence hypothesis, chi-square value is smaller than 0.05. Thus, we can conclude that the variables examined in the present study are related The contingency table for the variables gender and effort shows the absolute values and the percentage of men and women stating that they spend few or many hours per week on learning for the module. As can be seen from the table, the number of women stating that they devote many hours is greater than the number of men doing so. 140 women, 62.8%, compared with 59 men, 41.8%. Our conclusions. The results are based on a survey carried out among students of 30 modules included in several social and science study programs offered by the University of Alicante, the University of Valencia, and the University Miguel Hernández of Elche. The statistical tests that we have performed enable us to show with certain clarity that the modules included in the study make it possible for the students taking them to acquire important transferable skills that will help them in the future to carry out their job competently and professionally. All the modules included in our research show similar results, regardless of their being old or new programs adapted to the requirements of the Bologna Declaration. It should be pointed out that modules guide developed by Red Idoi following Bologna requirements have been implemented in all the modules examined here. Results show percentage values close to or above 80% of students stating that the modules have made it possible for them to improve their analytical independent learning and decision-making skills, as well as their active participation in the classroom. To a lesser extent, but with percentage values close to or above 70%, the students report that the modules have enabled them to develop their ability for teamwork and their ability to use IT tools, and their oral and written communication skills too. Despite these significant results regarding the development of skills, there are no differences between males and females in all the modules, and the homogeneity tests performed suggest, which we consider to be a positive finding anyway. With respect to the number of hours of independent learning per week, we have found that just under half of the study participants admit to spending few hours, 1 or 2 hours a week, on it, whereas just over half of the participants report devoting enough hours per week to studying, over 3 hours, to pass the different modules. In this sense, the homogeneity test show that sex does have an influence on endeavor and dedication to the modules. Thus, we have found that most female students spend over 3 hours on learning for the module, 62.8% to be precise, compared with the male minority, 41.8%. This fact is even more relevant if we take into account that 61% of the respondents were women, which allows us to demonstrate statistically that female students show higher levels of organization where of become apparent in the hours spent on independent learning. Here you have some basic references in case you are interested. Last, we want to thank Jaisa Ferrando for her collaboration in this video and all the students that have participated in our research. Thank you for your attention.